Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, React and Chill. I'm Dika. So last time on Fruits Basket, it was a very emotional, sad episode. We got to hear essentially Kyo's guilt he feels of being the involvement of Kyoko's death. Essentially, he was in a position to save Kyoko, but he felt like his selfishness has stopped her because if he had pulled her back, she would have gone into him and his secret would have been revealed. He had a hunch, he had a feeling that Honda had feelings for him. And he had hoped that once he had told her that he's responsible, he feels like he's responsible for his mother's death, she would, walk away, but she didn't. She still loves him. She had said she doesn't believe her mother would have said something like that because, I agree with Honda. In that moment, he thinks he heard her say, "I'm never gonna forgive you." But like I said in my last video, I think that's more to do with if you don't keep the promise he made, the man's promise to protect Tohru. And finally, that was it had me definitely in my feels. And right at the end of the episode, Akito had shown up with the knife. She showed up at the other estate, and obviously Tohru's there left alone. Yuki had come out as well, and he ran after Kyo. And obviously after all of that, Kyo still said to Honda, "I'm disappointed in you," and he'd left. Oh, sorry, I'm just still feeling so sad because I just watched that episode. And here we are on to the next one. So I'm wondering what's gonna happen next.
Too late. Oh God, it's too late.
Run away, please.
It's over.
They were screaming so loudly. I'm sad. That was the most crushing thing of all.
Will you move on and leave me behind?
I know how it feels to be left behind.
Did you pass the idiot on your way home? The great big idiot?
Idiot? Oh, I see. You mean Kyo. No, I didn't.
That colossal idiot. How dare he make her cry?
The loneliness of being abandoned.
You showed up and destroyed everything. I'm alone. A mistake.
Finally, I see you.
You came and wrecked it. My whole world.
I finally found you.
No. Stay back! You make me sick!
Ever since she was born, she was treated as special. As somebody who's above the circle instead of part of it. You say those things because you're scared. You're terrified of being alone.
You know nothing!
Fight back, please!
You condescending brat! I told you I don't want your false sympathy!
You were right about me, Akito. I was wishing for the same things. The truth is, I've fallen in love with someone. It took me so long to admit it. I've decided not to stand still anymore. It's time. And for all this time, it's hurt knowing that painful truth. I'm so very lonely.
I don't want this! Why is this happening?
Akito!
No, I'm scared. I don't want this. Not this.
Please wait!
No, I'm done. It's too late. Don't you understand that? No hope of eternity. And I'm scared. I can't live surrounded by strangers without any guarantee that I'll be loved. I can't. The world scares me.
Well, in that case, what if you begin again with me? We met the wrong way. Let's start over. Hello, my name is Tohru Honda. Tell me, what's your name?
Liar! You don't mean it! The second I cry, you'll decide you've had enough. If I complain, you'll get mad.
There you are. finally found you.
Take her hand. What the fuck?
Tell me, what's your name? Maybe we could be friends. I'd like that. Don't cry anymore.
Oh no. Someone! Anyone! Come quickly! Please help her. Hurry. She's hurt. She needs help. What do I do? She's not moving. She's so
Akito,
still.
who fell? Tell me.
Honda. Tohru.
Tohru. Shigure, what do I do?
Akito, did you push her?
No, I didn't. I didn't. The ground, it just crumbled out of nowhere. But I did hurt Kurano. I stabbed him.
It's just.
I heard. How is he? Is he? Well, we've got an emergency on our hands, too. He says Kurano will live.
Thank God. It's probably gonna be PTSD for him too. It's gonna just.
Wait, this can't be happening. This isn't what I wanted. You can't go. Stay with me. Tohru.
And when I do, I'll tell him I love you so much. Every day, I feel grateful we met. And that love made the thought of losing you unbearable. We'll be okay. So please, don't cry anymore. Even if you can't believe it right now, please, keep living. Don't give up. But please, please live. Whatever happens, don't stop moving forward. Even if I'm not by your side. It's okay. I promise.
It's all right. I get it. No need to talk.
Let me reach you.
One moment. Where's the other young man with the orange hair? Doesn't he know about this?
Visiting? Did you come alone?
Oh, Akito.
Are you here for Kurano? It was close. I'm glad they'll be alright.
Akito, are you okay?
They should be blaming me. If they forgive me, no matter what I do or say, that isn't soft-hearted. It's just idiotic. That's just the kind of person he is. Hopelessly soft and kind this whole time. Little by little, I've been killing him. I'm sorry. My meaningless apologies didn't change anything. So much kindness. And I only ever repaid it with pain.
So Akito really did go to the hospital alone. I'm shocked. Maybe the stabbing spree was cathartic.
Her and Honda, something happened between them.
She sat next to me, nearby.
Quite a concession coming from me.
Wow.
It's progress, really.
That is. Oh, so that, that was episode 9. Oh my goodness. You could hear me trying to hold back tears. It was just. Oh. I need a moment. So. Oh my gosh, where do I start? So. So Akito faces off with Tohru, but it was that first time there and then that Tohru could almost empathize and see the loneliness Akito was going through, easily comparing it to herself. Obviously she didn't want to stand still, obviously having the memories of her mother, loving her mum, everything that happened with Kyoko, and then for her to be able to move on, and Kyo was her way to move on, to move forward. And I think it was a case of she understood the idea of being left behind and being alone and what Akito was going through. And in this case, Akito's relationships with the other Zodiac members, she realizes she was put on a pedestal, and almost this, like, you know, I wouldn't say she did kind of force everyone to appreciate her. So it was almost as if Tohru saw Akito for who she was for the first time ever. Same way Kureno had Tohru, everyone saw her. She was a scared young girl, lonely. And Honda said it perfectly. She's like, there you are. You know, I finally found you. And it was the same. Akito was afraid that if they started moving forward, she would be left behind, because then the bonds that she was trying to hold so close, she wouldn't have anything. And I suppose I just realized every time each one of them breaks from her, do they almost, that sadness they feel, is it almost like a reflection, not a reflection, almost like coming from her? Because she was afraid she was afraid them moving on because of the loneliness and the idea of being left behind, and that's what they feel, the remorsefulness. And it's almost like coming from her, that's what they feel, and they're not sure what to do with this. Which is interesting now that I think about it. So Tohru extended her hand and, you know, trying to help her. You know, Tohru being in the same position as her, having to finally move forward. But unfortunately she fell off the cliff, which I was just so annoyed and angry, and so many things were just going on. I personally thought Akito was just going to go a bit crazy and push Tohru off. But she wanted to help Akito. So that's why she said, we started on bad terms, let's start again. Hi, I'm Tohru. I forgot to mention, obviously, Akito at the beginning of that was blaming Tohru for everything, blaming her for losing everyone. She said it was her fault before they went into that conversation of Tohru being able to finally see Akito for the first time. I didn't write in much down in either. Obviously, when Tohru had fell, it was crazy. It was sweet and crazy to think the only person she was thinking about was Kyo. The only person she could see was Kyo, and that everything would, you know, almost, even though her condition was quite bad at the time, her only concern was Kyo. And after everything he'd been through, she said it herself, it took her ages for her to finally admit that she had fallen in love with him, and to finally not just admit that, but to finally make peace with that, and wanting to let him know, no matter how that reached him, that everything was going to be okay, everything was going to be fine. And he was literally on her mind. Kureno thankfully came out of the hospital. Kureno was fine, luckily. He nothing bad. And Akito, was so glad, finally realised, and what Kureno had pointed out, what Honda had noticed from Kureno in episode 1, how the way she was, how she was acting, how she was treating Kureno, and Kureno's selfishness, slowly over time, she was killing Kureno. Because Kureno could have walked away. He could have easily walked away, and that's why I was so angry a couple of episodes ago when she stabbed him. He could have walked away, but Honda even said it in the first episode. Kureno is a kind person because he was willing to sacrifice his own feelings for somebody else's. And Akito finally was able to admit that after she'd realised what she had done. And the episode ended really well, you know, when she went to go see Tohru, and Tohru had her hand extended, waiting for Akito. Oh, just thinking about it, I'd end up tearing up again. I don't even know why, but no, that was such a good episode. Obviously, we still have the unfinished business between Kyo and Honda. and those feelings out there. It sounds like a very good turning point for the Soma family, because I think, not Tohru, sorry, Akito's slowly, I think Akito's starting to realise some of the stuff that she's done and how it has affected the people around her, and not just her own selfish, because I was the head of the family, you're meant to bow down to me, but I think truly starting to realise, and coming from from Kureno, from her, speaking to Momoji, being able to see that, I think this is a good turning point for a much more healthier, maybe building steps. So I'm really excited to see what this new perspective Akito now has. And I think the whole point was building those bonds, those relationships outside of the bond, outside of the curse, because she was so worried that once the curse had broken, they had no reason to want to be around her. But I think Tohru was trying to show her that there is a way, and even Kureno was trying to do that before she stabbed him, but there is a way to start building these bonds outside of that, and it could start with her. They could slowly start moving forward. So no, it was such a fantastic episode. So many good stuff that was covered. I'm excited to see what we see next. Obviously now, new and improved Akito, who knows where that's going to go. And yeah, now with hopefully Akito being able to, I don't know if she fully accepted Tohru, but definitely on the right tracks to building a new relationship. I'm wondering how this is now going to affect the rest of the Somas. But that was it. Thank you so much, and as always, like, follow and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts of this episode down in the comments below. That's all this time. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.